Good morning.
Morning.
So, as I told a couple other people yesterday, I was staying up last night being like, what should I say? And then I was like, maybe I'll write down some bullet points and wing it from there. And here we are. So, I was blessed enough this year to go as my second trip. And through that, I was able to go with a church group called Adolfo. And last year, I went with a church group called Damien. And learning that I was not going to be with the same church group this year was it's a little bit disappointing, because I kind of figured, hey, I went last year, I went with this church, maybe they'll put me in the same group, and it'll be like pretty cool, meet the same people, build the same relationships. But then I got thinking, it isn't, it's about building the relationships, but it's not just about building it with the same people. I went down there to minister to other people, so I was able to minister with another group of individuals who I wouldn't have met if I wasn't blessed enough to go with a different group. And for that, I'm very grateful for, because with the new site and the new people, I didn't really know a whole lot of people down there, so it kind of felt like taking my first year over again, which the impact of that was just amazing and outstanding. My group was made up of a large majority of newbies. So it was a bunch of first years. So in that sense, I felt like I had to take the leadership responsibility as a second year and be like, hey, lay down the law and the ropes a little bit, and like, this is how it was, this is how it's going to go. But you can't really rely on that, because nothing is usually the same when you're down there. As much as you think it's going to be, it's just all over the place. And my team was very efficient. We actually managed to keep about $200 extra and just donate that to our church site, which was just wonderful to see their reactions to everything down there. And as the VBS program, which is what we had gone down there to do with these kids, just originally getting there and seeing the joy in their eyes and them lighting up was just outstanding. It's something that I don't think I'll ever be able to just forget about. Because, I wish I would be able to go down another year, because this is my last year being able to go as a youth. And it's painful, because of the wonderful time you have down there, and just to see everything that goes on. And I'm thankful that our shepherd is able to have that, because, my church doesn't. Because I'm a member at St. John Fraser, and we're a little more lax and stay within the community kind of thing. But I'm thankful that they were able to go to Northwest and be even more servants and shed the word of this so that other people throughout the high school could go. And another thing, as I was down there, I heard of this thing called, the Mexican prison, which is a lot of people would think of the stereotype as being something, everyone's so scary and you don't want to go down there because, it's bad and miserable. I was one of 4 boys that was able to go down to the men's prison. And when we were down there, one of the things that they wanted to do was play basketball and soccer and volleyball. And as I went down there with another boy named Josh, we were able to play basketball, and another boy by the name of Noah and Matthew went and played soccer. So as I was playing basketball with these guys, we'd go and there'd be a lot of elbows thrown and stuff like that. But every single time someone would fall down, they'd always pick you up and look you in the face and just smile. So you knew that it was kind of a big joke, but these guys were really good, needless to say. Because, but it amazes me, because they only get like an hour a week unless we get down there, and they kept thanking us. Because whenever we would go down there, that would be some time that they would be able to share with other people, because they lose the feeling of what love is. Because as soon as they go into the jail, their families kind of just cut them out entirely, as if like they're non-existent. And it's really sad to think about. Because I remember as we were able to finish playing our basketball games and soccer games and volleyball, they gave us a meal. And as we were having the meal, we were able to pray. And then after we ate, we shared a meal with them, which down in the culture is a very heavy thing, because not often are you able to be with other people, and it's just a very heart-wrenching experience. And I remember as we were able to leave, these people would give you handshakes and hugs and just thank you. and they would leave and sign out with a God's blessing, which being down in the church, it wasn't an extremely religious thing, because as being in the church, it's just, or as being in the prison, my bad, it was something that not always, religion would be brought up, but these guys seemed to have a very loving and compassionate heart towards everyone that was down there. And I was just so thankful to be able to do that. And I know that through this trip, I've built so many relationships with people that I never would have thought that I would have. Because there's a couple people from our school, Northwest, which is where I attend, that I didn't even know, existed, kind of, until this trip. And I'm so glad that I was able to meet some of those people. Because as I had said earlier, I was in a group with a bunch of new kids. And now I feel like they're family members now. They're just as close as I am with my own family. Because spending a week in the dirt and the grit and all that fun stuff is, as lovely as that sounds, you're doing it together. No one gets to shower when you're down there. You're all dirty and disgusting, but you forget about that because of everything that's going on. I mean, the chapel services they're very long, and you can fall asleep during them, but fighting the urge to it is very nice, because then you get to realize and take the stories of other people's experiences, and then you can relate them to yours. And I know now that I've been down there for the second and last year that these people they may seem, I don't know, in a sense, lesser, but they're not, because they have almost stronger faith than we do, because we're so much more of a materialistic culture than they are down there. And it's just heart-wrenching to be able to know that one day, even though the language barrier was the only thing holding us between, that I'll be able to see some of those people up in heaven one day. And that is a very lovely thing, and I'm so thankful for that. And with that, I just wanted to thank the congregation for being able to financially help us and all of that, and thank you so much.